making their first appearance going head-to-head for the second time this season. Slim's able to save the jump ball possession, and it'll be the same starting five: Austin, Sutton, Sykes, Citron, and Iriafen for Washington. Good to see Shug Sutton able to go tonight. And the reverse layup doesn't go for Iriafen.
Look like some kind of slow down the Washington Mystics production on the interior. They're third best in paint points, just under 39 in there per contest.
Salon will head to the free throw line as she
reflexes defensively, 4 times being named all defensive in the WNBA. But that time got a piece.
Spending some time with the French national team. And she had 10 points on 4 of 11 shooting. And some injuries. Snow Kayla Thornton unfortunately done for the season with that knee injury. Cecilia Zandalasini out with the foot. Monique Billings as well too. And Aaliyah Edwards will miss another game with the wrist injury.
Yeah, hopefully Aaliyah Edwards can get back and get healthy. But as you said, Megan, glad to see Shug Sutton back after tweaking her ankle in the last game.
Citron able to get that mid-ranger to go.
Staying hot. You love to see her. I mean, she has 4 games this season where she has scored more than 20 points. And to be only a rookie, I mean, she plays with a ton of confidence.
Austin going against Fagbenle. Spins back middle, able to get it off window.
A lot of contact in there. Fagbenle, still no travel. Straight buckets for Shakira Austin, and that's who needs to continue to produce inside. Last year to this year, and she's had 2 back-to-back injury-riddled seasons coming into this one.
Fagbenle, another finish for her this time. Hayes finding her. Majority of that last matchup in May wearing the mask. She's going to get whistled for the foul. She was hit by the elbow of Shakira Austin.
Right here, Tiffany Hayes, after retiring from the WNBA, was named 6th Woman of the Year in the league.
Austin trying to spin on Salon. Here's the corner shot from Sykes off the mark. Chasing down her own rebound, comes up with it, dances with the baseline. Austin, 10 on the shot clock, going at Fagbenle, who was crowded. Inside, Salon able to get that up off the window.
Well, Salon does a good job of staying physical also, protected the basketball, almost like a football running back there against Shug Sutton inside.
Here's Citron, attacking, hangs, gets that to drop.
Oh, that floater was so filthy, and they need to be bees to the threes. They have to understand that this Valkyries team, they shoot the most triples in the league, 30 of them to be exact. Washington holding opponents to only shooting 30% from there, 3rd best in the league. And straight to the paint for the Mystics. We said they're 3rd best in scoring, just under 39 points.
And Shug Sutton hits the 3.
But also the Valkyries, they are best in keeping teams out of the paint with just under 29 points allowed in there. So that's going to be the battle for Washington.
Both teams with a hot start, a combined 8 of 11. Now make it 9 of 12.
Well, things are happening quickly right here, right in front of our eyes. Both teams want to get into early offensive actions. And not only that, you want to execute and knock shots down, and both teams are doing that exceptionally well.
Here's Sutton to Austin. This time gets the spray out 3. Could not connect.
Right there on that possession by Austin to spray that thing out.
Salon attacking. Extra 1, Rupert. And she hits the 3.
Well, that's what Sydney Johnson said about being bees to threes, right? That's why that was one of the keys. They want to get a touch of the paint and then get those spray out opportunities. Washington has to do a better job of closing out on those.
Ball out of Sutton into the paint, playing through the body.
Game against Chicago was big time.
Sutton into the paint, playing through the body.
Oh, let's go. Oh, honey, honey. Shug Sutton right there. That, even if she got that body bump in there at the basket line, she was able to stay on balance and knock it in.
Rupert this time off the mark. Fagbenle fighting for that big upside. Burton inbounded that off the back of Dolson. Here she is now in the corner as she hits a vet move.
Oh, Veronica Burton is so filthy with it. I mean, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year in the Big Ten at Northwestern for Joe McEwen. But she has really shown her offensive skill set in the last couple of seasons in the WNBA.
Sutton now Melbourne. 8 on the shot clock. Pocket pass to Iriafen. Couple of pass fakes. She goes strong off the window.
She got touched up, right?
It looked like it.
Okay. Forward. Physically on shots like that.
Late left that short. Push now here for Washington. And Citron was trying to save it.
Ooh.
Does, but it ends up with Golden State, who turns it right back over.
Huge thing, especially when you come off the bench.
Olsen into the ball game, got into the paint there. So now Engsler, Melbourne, and Olsen, all three are with Dolson and Sykes.
Yeah, ready to work. You see the horn set here by the Valkyries, trying to create a cross match.
They've got it with Salon trying to get the post on Olsen. In fact, Benley attacking, kicks it. Burton thought about it. And a whistle. Here's Burton still with it. Ami here, trying to lob inside. Olsen to Sykes. Stepping through the defense, too strong off the wind.
You know what you can get, just slow down and finish next time. And Slim, one of the best paint scorers in the league.
Inside to Salon, she's doubled. The help came from Engsler on the kick out, late. High arcing shot, doesn't hit anything. Trying to save it was Salon. It's in the hands of Melbourne.
Good
Up
push
the
ahead.
floor. Sykes, little pump fake, this time finishes.
That's what I'm talking about, Slim. That's how you do it. Organize under the rack and finish with 2 bodies in your space. Tough bucket.
And a kick ball.
The pass, put pressure on the defense in transition.
Off the inbound. Rupert able to keep it alive here for Golden State. 10 on the shot clock. Late, kicks it. Ami here, 3. Rupert the offensive rebound. Here's Martin as she came into the ball game. Rupert will take and make.
Yeah, that thing was silky smooth from the top. Rupert, you got to find her on the catch. She's going to let those arrows fly from range like that.
Austin trying to go at her, shows the ball. And unfortunately then rolls into Kate Martin, who seems to be against Chicago. Just 6 points, but did have 6 rebounds and 3 assists.
Well, you have to have those 14 games, and that's a great stat line. But I love her presence on the inside and her ability to protect the rim.
Oof. Washington with the offensive board, mid-range from Olsen goes.
Lucy, 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 that mid-range minnow, my friends, decided not to launch that triple and got right back to her comfort sweet spot right there at the nail.
Here's Martin. Kick out to Rupert, same spot, same result.
Ooh. I'm telling you, once Washington gets in rotation, they have to do a better job on a string. Tight bases, there's too much space.
My apologies, Ileana Rupert is a 46. Yes, you heard me correct. 46% three-point shooter this season. Spin move from Engsler, high off the window, too much on that one.
Well, Rupert changed that shot and made Emily Engsler change the mechanics and take it up too high. That's what shot blockers do.
Ami here, she'll hit the 3.
I thought you said, come over here. You said, Ami here? Okay.
I said you did.
Okay.
They are 5 of 8 from long range. Mystics couldn't answer on. It's about knowing where they are. They put up over 30 a game.
Yeah, to lead the league. I mean, they launched those triples at a high volume, so you have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Good coverage there defensively on that scheme, trying to free up a 3 for the Valkyries outside.
Injury report heading into today's game, even if it was questionable.
Right.
To be 20.
Absolutely. Well, you know, Sydney Johnson, he's like that, but it's great to see her with that bop in her step when she walked out here for warm-ups. I was happy about it.
Whistle and a foul late.
It's just impossible because the game is so quick, and you're not going to be established as a legal guarding defender and get those fouls like that.
Especially, it was so interesting to hear Coach Nakase in her pregame just talk about how this team, as well as they still learning to play with each other, and she herself and her staff are learning how this team and the chemistry is going, especially now when you take away, as Engsler's off the mark there, you take away the services of Kayla Thornton they were doing.
Yeah, she was an all-star for the first time in her career, was having just career numbers across the board. So to miss a player like that, that's big time, but they haven't missed a beat with their culture and philosophy.
Rupert was trying to keep that alive. Was challenged there by Austin. Melbourne coming quickly the other way.
And to your point, Megan, Coach Nakasi, I mean, that was a great question that you asked her about that. But Tiffany Hayes, she said she has been the linchpin with all the experience to come back and give herself grace.
Melbourne off the mark. She also explained why she calls them killers.
Yeah, I love a killer on the court. Trust and believe. Killers.
8 on the shot clock. Here's Hayes. Repair back with it. 4 seconds. Step back 3. That does not go as Austin controls. 11-point lead here for Golden State. Late. Not late on the steal attempt there.
She was early. Upset over there a little bit. It'll be all right.
Here's Olsen in the corner, off the mark. Engsler came up with it and then lost the handle. Here's Salon, the 3. That one's off the mark. Pushes. Lob inside to Engsler, able to collect. Austin. Little in-out dribble. Stepping around the defender. Couldn't get the drop on that one, though. Burton quickly back the other way for Golden State. She might be faster than a pass.
Well, let me tell you what. I blinked my eyes and the Veronica Burton attacked the cup and finished. I mean, there's a whole wing in the athletic building there at Northwestern for her family because they all played some sport at Northwestern going back to her grandfather on the football team.
That's a legacy family. Here's Hayes working off that screen, kicks it. Martin. That one does not go. Hayes, though, keeps it alive. Martin will try again. This time connects.
Money Martin is what they call her for a reason.
A timeout on the floor, Golden State.
And she is such a fantastic leader, just a consummate pro in that way.
Citron off the mark out of the timeout with the steal. 6 of 11 from long range.
Yeah, that's the difference in this game, those threes.
Area Fen follow and finish. And a foul? No, a timeout. Called by Golden State. Golden State now with possession. Here's Citron coming away with the steal, literally out of the hands of Kate Martin, who is then whistled for the foul.
At practices too, she brings it.
Melbourne got to the hoop, lays it up and in, and the foul. Her last 2 games, 9.5 points in just under 29 minutes, and 6 of 12 from the floor. And she had a stretch as she gets a 3-point play. A stretch before that where it was tough going for her scoring-wise.
She still went hard, and she still battled it out. And that's what you do. It's a life lesson. You keep going. You go through it to get to it. And she got to it on that last play and won.
Burton got it back from Fagbenle and hits the 3 off the handoff.
Man, those DHOs, it doesn't have to be a spray out for the Valkyries. Those DHOs are lethal as well from range.
Citron, a little hesitation, going at Fagbenle with the finish.
Oh my goodness, that was smooth as an ice cube. Sonia Citron with it. Man, love to see it.
Burton working off Salon, kicks to Fagbenle for a 3. Off the mark, Citron, Area Fen the rebound.
Well, Citron had a massive box out though.
Citron in transition, touched up, no whistle. And she's confused as she gets back on defense. Burton, though, is quickly down the floor. Martin, high arcing 3.
Transition threes, and after that 3-point line with some veracity, got to find them.
Citron is fouled from behind by Tiffany. 10 on the shot clock. Dolson, the 3. That's off the mark. Mystics 1 of 10 from long range versus 8 of 14 for the Valkyries.
Washington is 8th best in the WNBA, shooting 33% from there. It's not a bad shot. They've just been inconsistent with it.
Fagbenle, jumper on the foul line goes.
And the Valkyries spread you out. So wide open like that last one, and Dolson with the heavy screen there on Burton wasn't on the ground.
Second personal on Dolson. Under 4 minutes to play here in the half. Burton to the corner. Fagbenle steps into a mid-ranger. This one doesn't go. Iriafen going over Shook Sutton for that one.
And Shook Sutton looked up like, who is that? What in the Halle Berry? She was way up on that, but that's the motor in the machine that Iriafen has on the glass. Leads all rookies in rebounding this season.
Melbourne away from the defense. Needed that one.
Paint, little matchup zone. Try to shift on the pass and disallow any easy touches in there. Then if you can knock in a couple threes to soften that up, shrink it down, be better served.
Austin harassing Burton, pushing her further and further away. 1 second. Melbourne came up with the steal. Mystics pushing. Sutton into one. Just off the mark. Fagbenle the rebound.
Her shot. Massive defense. That's why I said Shakira Austin's defense is understated. Did you see the swarming defense there on that last possession? That's what I'm talking about.
Fagbenle into the paint. That one doesn't go. Iriafen. Citron, push from behind, still plays through it. Melbourne in the corner, couldn't connect.
Good job by Shook Sutton there to shore up the defensive transition.
Burton the three. And it's gonna stay here. And they're gonna get a foul called on Kiki Iriafen. In this game, Christy, it's more than just a regular.
And 9. And they're home.
Here's Austin pushing off the miss. Goes to Sutton inside Iriafen. Spinning on Ami here. Got the hook shot to go.
How do you like that? She was just moving and grooving with some fluid. It was a piece of the body to roll off of. Beautifully executed inside by the all-star rookie Kiki Iriafen.
44-32 lead here for Golden State. Ami here. 6 on the shot clock. Trying to spin on Iriafen. Lost the handle. It'll be Mystics basketball.
South the rim. Beautifully executed post play.
Here she is again. Kick out to Sutton. Gets it back. Turns, faces. 7 on the shot clock. Sutton works off of her. Into the mid-range jumper. Doesn't go. Austin flying in for the rebound. Collects. Citron working off Austin. Pocket pass. And we'll head to the free throw line.